Months, neighbors have complained about a major West Omaha eyesore. They got a lawyer involved and also the city, but saw almost no improvement.
Then our Mike McKnight reached out to the landowner and started seeing results as First Alert 6 investigates.
It's a neighborhood of multi-million-dollar homes and horses, with drivers riding by the entrance of Skyline Ranches and seeing a property that neighbors allege is tacky.
We get comments from people in other neighborhoods all the time asking what the heck is going on at this place. Looks like a junkyard.
Last Thursday, leaders of the Skyline Ranches Property Owners Association showed me why they filed suit, alleging that neighbor Matt Rasmussen is failing to maintain his property in a clean, sanitary, and pleasing manner.
Looks like an abandoned farm or an abandoned contractor's yard.
A month ago, the city sent Rasmussen a nuisance violation and ordered cleanup by March 8th. After I contacted the landowner about the Property Owners Association lawsuit and the city violation notice, his reaction was action. Rasmussen says he paid $3,000 for a crew of day workers to work all day Saturday, picking up the property. I watched a load of junk hauled away.
We've always been a good neighbor. I put over $400,000 or $500,000 into this property. And some of them think I'm going to leave it like this. I can't even imagine they would think that.
Months ago, concrete retaining blocks and a huge pile of dirt had been brought in to level the land. But with no permits for construction or grading, a city inspector issued a stop work order. Saturday, workers started cutting down that mound.
We're supposed to wait for the city to give us permission.
Why are you doing it?
Because you're here, and I'm going to blame it on you if I get in trouble.
Several semi-trailers and containers haven't been moved yet. So despite the cleanup effort, the Property Owners Association isn't ready to drop its lawsuit.
It's a start, but we have a long ways to go. I hope it becomes another residential property that's worth looking at in our neighborhood, because right now it isn't.
There is a house at the front of the property where Rasmussen says his 95-year-old grandmother lives.
If people will just be a little more patient and we can show them what we're going to get done.
I think everything's getting better.
Matt Rasmussen says he's invested heavily in the property and committed to addressing concerns raised by neighbors. So the brick, dirt, and equipment are part of his ongoing roundup. At 204th and Rawhide by Skyline Ranches, Mike McKnight, First Alert 6.
Before filing suit, leaders of the Property Owners Association say they tried mediation last fall. They allege there was no sign of cleanup until Mike contacted Rasmussen late last week. He blames the weather as a factor in the delay.
Omaha's chief housing inspector tells Mike the cleanup doesn't violate the city's stop work order that is related to construction without permits.